pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If anybody has phones, please mute them. If anybody's recording this, please state your name and your address.
Judy Saunders, 62 East Shelton Road, if I can figure it out.
Nina Sweeney, 136 East Shelton Road.
Leo McCleary, 139 West Shelton.
Okay? We're going to do a roll call. Anna Guy. Here. Scott Sidlow.
Here?
Terry Swaggart.
Here.
Michael Costigan.
Here.
Rob Powers.
Here.
Doug Bull.
Here.
Shirley Percival. Here. Does anybody need to be sworn in?
Yes.
Okay? Everybody, if you come to the middle of the room. Michael, we'll do you separate so then you can have her hold the Bible for you, okay? You go next. Who do you? Kat,
There is none.
where's Kathy Powers? Kathy, can you come here for a minute?
Left on the Bible.
Place your left hand on the Bible. I. Your name. Then state your name.
I, Douglas Bull. Robert Powers.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Pennsylvania,
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances.
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties of the office
and discharge the duties of the office of councilman.
Councilwoman.
according to the law and the best ability of my and the best of my ability.
According to the law, to the best of my ability.
If you go over there, and sign.
Thank you.
Sign your waiver.
Sign my
everything
life
you need
away.
to say. Okay, Michael.
He told me something different. Sign for things to
Now everybody sit down.
Okay. I, and then state your name,
I, Michael Costigan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Pennsylvania
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Pennsylvania
and all the local ordinances,
and all the local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties of the office
and discharge the duties of the office
of which,
of councilman
according to the law and the best of my ability.
according to the law and the best of my ability.
Mr. Fisher? I, and then state your name,
I, Edward Fisher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Pennsylvania
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Pennsylvania
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform.
and discharge the duties of the office of
I will discharge the duties of the tax collector
according to the law and the best of my ability.
according to the law and the best of my ability.
Okay. Yeah, I need you up here. You need to hold the Bible. Okay. That'll be easier for you to just read it. All right? That's a lot longer.
She's sat over there for years.
There you go, left hand. Okay?
Ready? I, John Lincoln, do swear that I will, as an inspector, attend the ensuing election during the continuance thereof, and that I will not admit any person to vote except such as I shall firmly believe to be registered and entitled to vote at such election according to the provisions of the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth, that I will not vexatiously delay or refuse to permit any person to vote whom I shall believe to be entitled to vote as foresaid, that I will make a true and perfect return of the said election, and that I will in all things truly, impartially, and faithfully perform my duties therein to the best of my judgment and ability, and that I am not directly or indirectly interested in any bet or wager on the result of this election.
Go over there. Sign your papers.
Thank you.
Now, are all the signatures done?
He's working on it.
Should I wait until it's done? We're going to open nominations for council president.
I nominate Perry Swigert.
Nominate Shirley Percival. Second.
Okay, any more nominations? Okay. And a guy, what is your vote?
You want to start Perry's vote. For
Oh, I
Perry.
asked Perry?
No, you want to start the vote just for Perry's.
Oh, okay, oh, yeah, for Perry's vote, I'm sorry.
For Perry, yes.
Mr. Slidlow?
I vote aye for Perry.
Mr. Swigert?
Yes.
Mr. Considine?
Yes.
Mr. Powers?
Vote for Shirley Percival.
Mr. Bull?
Second for Shirley.
And Shirley?
For myself.
Well, adding them up, Mr. Swigert is now council president. Okay, now open nominations for vice president.
I would nominate Douglas Bull.
Okay.
Would accept that nomination.
Any more nominations? Okay, we'll move. Shirley Percival, your vote for
Douglas for vice president.
Okay, Mr. Bull accepted it. Mr. Powers,
Yes.
Mr. Costigan,
Yes.
Mr. Swigert,
Yes.
Mr. Sidlow,
Yes.
Mrs. Guy.
Yes.
Okay, it's unanimous. Mr. Bull is vice president.
Thank you.
I now turn it over to
The president.
Mr. Swigert. Got the boy big boy hammer now.
Well,
to the secretary. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just, I thought there was four sitting there. Pass out papers.
Those were all signed.
This is extra.
Get them apart. I think there's more there than what we need. 347. Yeah, you gave us way too many.
Yeah, I figured that after I handed it to you. First, I'd like to announce council committee appointments. Police Committee and Public Safety, chaired by Michael Costigan, with Rob Powers and Doug Bull. Ordinance and Resolution Committee, chaired by Scott Sidlow, with Rob Powers and Anna Guy. Public Works and Property Committee, chaired by Rob Powers, Scott Sidlow and Anna Guy. Finance Committee, chaired by Doug Bull, with Anna Guy and Michael Costigan. License and Inspections Committee, Scott Sidlow, Chairman, with Anna Guy and Doug Bull. Recycling, MS4, Shirley Percival's Chair, Michael Costigan, Scott Sidlow. Recreation Committee, chaired by Michael Costigan, Shirley Percival, Rob Powers. Open Space Committee, Doug Bull, Chair, along with Michael Costigan and Shirley Percival. Communications Committee, chaired by Anna Guy, Scott Sidlow, Shirley Percival. Other appointments. Webmaster, or Masters, Anna Guy, Theodore McLaren. Larry. Chairman Pro Tem, Michael Costigan. Borough Secretary, Erica Conklin. Borough Treasurer, Brinker Simpson. Engineer, Catania Engineering. Solicitor, Rudolph Clark LLC. Health Officer / Inspector, Dr. Crowell, Rob Powers. Building Inspector, Joe Ferguson. Plumbing Mechanical Inspector, Harry Kent. Floodplain Administrator, Joe Ferguson. Electrical Inspector, Jim Skulski. Chief Building Code Official, Joe Ferguson. Code Enforcement Officer, Nick Capabianco. Safety Rental Inspector, Nick Capabianco. Emergency Management Coordinator, Rob Powers. Zoning Code Official, Joe Ferguson. Roadmaster, Ryan Kornov. Auditor, Leitzel and Economides. We'll get that eventually. Assurance Broker, AJ Gallagher. Fire Marshal, Rob Powers. Civil Service Commission Solicitor, Robert E. O'Connor. Zoning Hearing Board Solicitor, Robert E. O'Connor. Computer IT, Steve Giancristoforo. Giancristoforo, thank you. Deputy Tax Collector, Erica Conklin. Vacancy Chairperson, Matt Saunders. Borough Tax Collector, Ed Fisher. I look for a motion to accept the resignation of Borough Secretary Linda Higgins
I'll make the motion.
Except with regret.
definitely with regret.
I'll second.
Second?
Second.
Any comments?
Mr. President, I'd like to, I know Linda's not here, to thank her for 33 years of dedicated service to this community. I know it was a difficult decision for her, and she will be surely missed.
Absolutely.
I wish her all.
I would just like to say I didn't know Mrs. Higgins very well, but I was looking forward to working with her, and I was saddened by her retirement, but it's well-deserved with her 33 years of service to the borough, and she'll be missed for sure.
We have a motion and a second to accept the resignation with regret. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
So moved.
So moved. Take a motion to adopt Resolution 1846. This is, if I can find the right one, 'cause I have so many. What?
The really tough one.
No, I have them mixed up. Whereas the Borough Council of the Borough of Parkside, Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, in due session assembled, did agree and resolve to designate Sharon Bank, TD Bank, and Conestoga Bank as depository for borough checking accounts, and the Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust as the depository for the borough's savings account. And whereas Borough Council wishes to authorize acceptable signatures for these various accounts, be it resolved that Sharon Bank, TD Bank, and Conestoga Bank are hereby designated as the depository for the borough checking accounts, and Pennsylvania Local Government Trust is hereby designated as the depository for all borough savings accounts. And be it further resolved that any two of the following persons are authorized to sign the borough checks and make borough withdrawals. It would be the secretary, the finance chair, and the council president.
So moved.
Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? So moved. Resolution 1847. Whereas Borough Council of the Borough of Parkside, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is in due session assembled, did agree to resolve and designate Prime Pay to handle borough payroll. Be it resolved that Prime Pay is hereby designated to handle payroll for the borough of, our borough employees. I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved.
Mr. President, you handed out a list of monthly council meeting dates. These dates are the third Wednesdays of every month. Are you going to have our meetings republicized?
Yes, I was looking for a motion to approve and advertise the amended meeting schedule for 2022 to the third Wednesday of each month.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a reason, I'm sorry,
No, sorry, go ahead.
is there a reason why they're being moved from the fourth to the third Wednesdays of the month?
So that the residents don't have to debate between attendance of a borough council meeting and a school board meeting.
Great.
So that way, those that are interested in both can attend both. Do I have a motion to,
I made that motion. I'll make that motion.
motion? Second. Second. All those in favor of approving and advertising the amended meeting schedule?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? So moved. At this point, open it for public comment. If you want to come up and have anything to say, please state, what's that?
Mr. President, I have point of order, please.
Yes, I'm sorry, Councilman.
We have appointed professional staff, and I'm not sure if our secretary is temporary or permanent, even though we just made her a deputy tax collector. And I have numerous questions for not only our new treasurer, but our new attorney and our new secretary. When can the rest of council have an opportunity to address some questions that we may have, such as the fee schedule, who recommended these firms? I understand the attorney is out of Montgomery County. the treasurer is out of Newtown Square. I have questions on not only their fees, but clients, municipal clients versus business clients, and also their pay methods. With the secretary, I'd like to know, what the pay schedule is, what her background is, what her qualifications for any of those positions are. And I guess I'd like to know when the rest of council has an opportunity to ask these questions.
Prior to tonight, I couldn't call an executive meeting to discuss that. Once we are done tonight, I will try to talk to council, see when we can find a acceptable time where we can all meet for an executive session to discuss the employment situation.
And I would like to be able to ask these specific questions to the specific person.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, to make sure that
Okay.
they're there so they can answer those specific questions.
Thank you. And is the secretary now permanent or is this temporary?
Permanent.
Then you would need a resolution appointing her as a permanent employee. And again, I don't feel comfortable doing that since I don't know what her qualifications are and what the pay raise are.
Then I'll make it temporary until we can.
I would suggest that.
It's okay. I'm not, it's fine.
Right now, if Peter Amuso would come on up, he is representing the firm Rudolph Clark LLC. So, you want to come on up, Peter?
Where do I sit usually?
We're not in the right seats. We're not in the right seats this week.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out seating later. Just have a seat.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here and pleased to be of service to Parkside Borough.
You don't have to slide those. Those are real sensitive.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat your name for me?
Sure. It's Peter, and the last name is Amuso. Amuso. The firm of Rudolph Clark LLC.
Mr. President, was our prior treasurer and solicitor notified via email or formal letter that they would not be appointed this evening?
No, not as of yet, because nothing was official until tonight. That will be done as soon as the meeting is over.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anybody any of the public that wishes to make a comment at this time? If you do, please step up to the podium. Just give us your name and address.
Michael Cole at 8 West Roland Road. I have a few things I'd like to say. Number one, I wonder where this is all going to go because I'm very disappointed that it seems like there was a lot of backhanded politics that screwed a lot of people that put a lot of time and effort on this committee, preferably Joe Pacini, our former treasurer, and Jay Wills. And I'm very upset over the fact that how can't you notify a person before a meeting tonight that he was no longer going to be sitting on that in front of that council on the chair? I got a really huge problem with that. And also, what's coming next? What are we going to unload the police department, the fire department? What other backhanded politics are we going to have in this community? Because right now, this community is very divided. And you know what? The way it was handled, these are grown adults sitting at a table, and you didn't handle it well. And I'll tell you something right now, if you're not careful, you'll have a ghost town in Parkside because a lot of damn people moved the hell out of this borough. And you know what? I'm even considering to move because you know what? You forced a lot of good people. They literally had character assassinations on Shirley Percival, Linda Higgins, and then you couldn't even pass a resolution for Eric Long to get his award. It's very disappointing what's going on in this community. But what you're liable to have in this community is a ghost town when people start putting their houses up for sale. And who the hell knows, I might be the next one. And I'm very pissed off. And the way you handled yourselves as grown adults, very poor.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing no one else,
accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight.